The Seasoned Saints Ministry of the Alfred Street Baptist Church is proud and honored to present This Is My Story, a documentary series presented in conjunction with our church's annual celebration of Black History Month, which highlights the lives of prominent movers and shakers within our community. We now present to you our 2017 This Is My Story video series.
My name is Clarence Miller, Jr., and this is my story. I was born in 1931, and so in July I'll be 86. I would first describe myself as a Christian. I joined the church at an early age, gave my life to Christ when I was 9 years old. I've tried to live by the great commandments of love the Lord thy God with all their heart and soul, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. I was born in a little rural farming community in the county of Navarra in Texas. The little community, the town was called Chatfield, and you will not find it on a map. At its height, it had 500 residents. So I finished elementary school at 12 and graduated from high school at 15 and entered Prairie View at the age of 16. Prairie View was kind of a natural thing for me to do for people like us who had limited means. So in fact, I think tuition was $34 a semester. I'm a Vietnam War veteran. In addition to serving in Vietnam, I also served in a lot of staff and command positions in the Army, including being in the headquarters of the Department of the Army. The U.S. participation in Vietnam extended from about 1961 to 1973, when we withdrew our last troops from Vietnam. And up until Afghanistan, this was the longest war that the United States had participated in. And some of the civilian discontent over Vietnam spilled over into the military, causing a lot of disciplinary problems within the Army and the other services, and a lot of it with racial overtones. As a result, many men did not return home as heroes, but rather returned home having received less than honorable discharges because of misconduct or other reasons. And this hindered them from getting veterans benefits, also from their employment. In 1976, Jimmy Carter of Georgia was elected President of the United States. And after his inauguration, he issued an executive order directing the Department of Defense to establish special discharge review boards to look at the number of men who had dishonorable and other discharges that were less than honorable. And under certain criteria, directed that these discharges be upgraded. And within the Army, it finally fell on my desk as the executive division to implement this program for the Army. We had 28,000 men to apply to have their discharges upgraded. And of that, 16,000 were granted upgrades. It allowed young men to get employment, also allowed them to get veterans benefits. I went to a black school, and my children did not. But it doesn't mean that our HBCUs are irrelevant. I think they are just as important today as they ever were. You know, I think about it when I went to Prairie View, and I came out of a high school that if I had gone to some great university, I probably would have been so far behind I may not have even made it. But Prairie View, the faculty knew where I came from. And so I really think that this is a great thing that we do every year, having the HBCU festival. And our schools have become richer, but we have some schools now that their undergraduate programs are on a par with anybody. freedom is not free. And I want us to make sure that we become involved. And I've heard too often this statement, it doesn't really matter who gets elected. That is really not true. It does matter. And if we are going to control our destiny, we got to be in the game. And so I urge young people to be involved, not only just in a general election, but school boards, local government we have a voice, and people need to hear it.